Coach Prime strikes again. But this time, I want y'all to take something in consideration. If you listen, the truth will always come to the light. Once again, Coach Prime goes on Twitter and act unprofessional yet again. But this time, I want y'all to realistically see the point that I'm making rather than just being a fan of Coach Prime. 3-time KB said, tell your son, stop act like he the coldest out here, then put up a 4-8 season. Coach Prime responded, he'll be a top 5 pick. Where your son going? LOL. I got time today. LOL. The reason why I brought that up is because people think Deion could do no wrong. And I think that's a shame on you. Because in my opinion, why does a Hall of Fame player and football icon need to respond to a comment like that? In reality, to me, it feels like it's beneath Coach Prime to even acknowledge something like that. But since he did respond to it, let's talk about it. I think Daddy came out instead of Coach Prime. All of the criticism that Coach Prime get throughout the day, throughout the year, they talk about the schools, the other players, and he almost never responds to it on Twitter. But as soon as the criticism of Shedeur happens, who just happens to be the quarterback at the same school you coach at, who just happens to be your son, all of a sudden now that's where you draw the line and you got to defend yourself and you got time today. Cut the crap. That's all I'm saying. This is why I'm losing interest in Coach Prime as a man of the people or a man, quote unquote, for the kids, so he says. To me, it's clear what the intentions of Coach Prime is. It's his kids. And I'm talking about Shedeur, Shallow. You can even add Travis in there. All I'm saying is I don't blame him. But my thing is, why don't you just say that? Why do you constantly want to try to paint the picture as Coach Prime is the man of the people? But at the same time, you keep selling false dreams. And I think that's where the dislike is happening, because not only is you selling these false dreams, you're also acting unprofessional in a way that you may not think is unprofessional, because at the end of the day, you think you defending your son, you defending yourself. That's why it's unprofessional. Instead of being Coach Prime, you turn into daddy mode. There's a difference between dad and Coach Prime. You're acting more like dad rather than Coach Prime, which is why you tend to defend certain allegations or certain criticisms of your son, which is fine. But at the end of the day, it's not fine when you're a coach of the university. What about the other guys on the roster that get criticism? You don't go out your way to defend them. You lied to the people at Jackson State. And I think you're going to be proven a liar again. You say you're going to be at Colorado for 5 to 10 years. If I was a Colorado fan, I wouldn't plan on it. I wouldn't count on it. All I'm saying is, when you said you was taking a job at Jackson State, you was trying to bring awareness to HBCUs and blah, blah, blah. And I think that was absolute crap, and it showed it. You found an opportunity to be able to coach your son, to do things with your son, because your son has never been coached by nobody else but you. So they gave you an opportunity. Yes, you did bring awareness to the program, but you took it when you packed your bags and you got on that jet and you went to Colorado. Now, I think it's going to be the exact same thing at Colorado. I think once Shedeur leaves, once Shallow leaves, once Travis leaves, maybe you stick around for 1 or 2 more years to fight the criticism off. But I think you're going to be on another jet out somewhere else, especially if you get another opportunity. You talk this talk like you unbothered, blessed, and highly favored, which I would agree, you are very much so are blessed and highly favored. Your arrogance is no longer looking like confidence. Now it's starting to look more like unprofessionalism. And one thing I will say is winning take care of all those things. So I do hope Colorado actually wins, so you don't have to fight off these allegations, or you don't have to defend yourself in the media against your brash behavior, because college coaches don't act like that. People keep telling me these stories like, oh, college coaches been acting like this for years. Have you heard what Urban Meyer says? Yeah, people don't like Urban Meyer. But you know the difference between Urban Meyer and Coach Prime? A national championship. That's the difference between it.